Hi, beautiful people. What's up? I feel really nervous right now. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is. I'm like, lately I've been picking up on all types of energy in the world, you feel me? And, just energy in general. I'm very sensitive. So, I'm just like, oh, it's just interesting to feel. But it's okay. We got you know. I'm sure it's good nervousness. It's good nervousness, you know? And if it's not, we're gonna transmute that. We're gonna transmute that. All about that alchemy. So, okay. Um, I have my tea. My tea. I have my tea with me. Look it out. Look at it. It's really hot. Can you see that? The little It's like, yeah, okay. It's super cool. And it's lemon ginger tea. So, ow, I'm kind of breaking my fingers. It's lemon ginger tea. Mmm. I just put a little honey in there too. And so we're gonna do our positive affirmation. Um, the daily. But today, actually, we're gonna be talking about. Because remember my last video, I was going to talk about isolation. Isolation and solitude, pros and cons of isolation and solitude. Well, they're the same shit. So, pros and cons, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're gonna be doing that today. Because I didn't do it yesterday. So, we're gonna do it today. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, ready? Also, I did a blessing in my room, you feel me? In the whole house actually the other day. It felt wonderful. It felt like so good. Good energy, good vibes. I am light. I am love. I am beautiful. I am positive. I am high vibrations. I am low vibrations. I am balance. I am strong. Ooh, I inhaled the smoke a little bit. I was gonna cough, but I didn't. I am. What are you? Say it. You say it. Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na. Okay, we're done. And we're gonna let this burn. We're gonna let this burn. I am capable. I am powerful. We're also powerful. So, okay, how do we start this? This is a tough topic because I can relate. I guess it's not tough, it's a very educational topic in my opinion. It really helps you in a lot of situations. Um, just a deeper understanding from both point of views, both sides, you feel me? Both spectrums. Because it's good to see both sides, not to be closed-minded and cut off to a certain point of view, a certain way of being, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna be talking about that. So isolation. I feel like that word, depending on the energy you are in and your perspective, it can vary, right? It can vary. It really depends on the energy you're in and how open you are to understanding or just like openness in general. But when we are in isolation, here's gonna be the pros. Here's gonna be the pros first. Or should I do the cons first? We're just gonna go for it. Okay, pros of isolation, in my opinion. So when you are in your own space, right? Because when you're isolated, I feel like the definition is like cut off, or like you could be cold, or you know, just not communicating, not reciprocating, and that can be bad. That could be bad, you know, be for real, okay? But and it can also be good, you know what I mean? Because in isolation, you can recreate yourself, reflect on the past, you know, reflect on the present, and be conscious of the future. You can really like bond with yourself, you know what I mean? Like get to know who you really are and see yourself and learn to accept all parts of you, every aspect, every crevice, every, you know, dimple, you feel me? I have dimples on my cheeks, um, and on my thighs, you know, and on my butt, you know. I got dimples, and just seeing that and like accepting yourself in that isolation, really figuring out who you really are inside, you know, because I feel like your authenticity has always been inside of you, you know what I mean? But sometimes experiences or, you know, certain situations can form an identity that is not yours at all. It could be someone else's, but it's like a projection type of thing, which is so crazy. Like that's how what I think about, like is my identity really me? Like is this my personality, or is it someone else's? You know what I mean? Let's think about that. Like, am I actually me right now, or is this a projection of someone else? Like, am I kind of like a what is it called? Like a copy, but like you're not a copy because you can never be exactly the same. You know what I mean? We're all unique and different. Um, but it's just really something to think about. You know what I mean? Like, am I the way I am because I truly believe this? Am I the way I am because I truly am this? Or, you know, is it someone else? Is it the media? Is it what I'm consuming on a daily basis? Is this actually me? Or is it someone else? Think about that, my love. And so, you know, you can go back to that and think about shit like that. Also, it's like in isolation, you know, cutting off like the world in a way. It's like spending time with yourself. Yeah, like I said, you know, spending time with yourself, really getting to know who you really are. Who is your true self, you know what I mean? Who am I really? Like, and who am I favoring, you know? Like if I'm not favoring myself first, because without you, you wouldn't be able to do anything, you know what I mean? If your health is not stable and you're trying to help someone else, eventually, because you're so focused on helping other people, you're gonna crumble. And that, you know, like that sucks to think about. But it makes sense because, you know, you're draining, you're giving, and you know, you love to give, but at the same time, you know, you gotta give to yourself too. And that's not selfish at all. That's not selfish at all. So yeah. And so like really completely taking away distractions. You know what I mean? Like putting your phone down for like a second or two, you feel me? And you can even listen to music, you know, it doesn't have to be complete silence. You know what I mean? I have to burp. That was kind of weak, I'm sorry. That is not epic. Okay, wait, it was epic, okay. It was epic, but like a little baby epic, you know what I mean? um, but yeah, and it was for you too, so it was epic. It was. Um, but yeah, it's like pulling away the distractions, you know what I mean? And just sitting with yourself, sitting with your thoughts. Scary. Can be very scary, can be very good. Again, depending on your energy and your mindset in that time. You know what I mean? So, pros, recreation, reflection, you know, loving yourself appreciating yourself, accepting yourself, figuring out what works for you, figuring out what doesn't, you know, really thinking about everything. Good. That is good, okay? But that also can be bad. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't think anything is really bad because, in my opinion, everything happens for a reason, and there is a reason why certain things come your way and don't. And yeah. So cons. Cons would be no, hold on. Can I drink my tea now? Is it my glasses got all foggy. I don't know. You guys ever just go, when it tastes better? Like, am I the only person that does? Like, it just kind of like tastes better when you do it. I don't know. Also the foggy glasses thing. If you have like glasses and you wear them all the time and you have your mask on, you already know. You already know what happens sometimes. You like, you know, you can't see shit. You try to walk and shit. You breathe at the same time, and then it's like, and you're like, oh damn, I can't see anything. But it's okay. You can just take it off and clean it. Anyways, we're so we're getting a little off track here. So cons. Okay. Whew. Cons. So if you have, I feel like people can relate to this though, especially now. Um, but if you are in a state of mind where it's just hard to be alone sometimes, especially when all you want is attention, all you want is love from someone. You know what I mean? That's all you want. And being alone, sometimes that's forced upon you. Not because you want it, because it just happened like that. Also, I think it's because you need it. Like, I'm gonna be straight up, because I think that everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why, you know, whoever it is up there put you in that situation. And I truly believe it's to make you stronger. You know what I mean? But I really hope that making you stronger doesn't mean putting you through pain. I really hope that doesn't mean that. But you know, pain, it happens. It's part of life. You know, like happiness, like smiles, like, you know, that the fuzzy, warm butterfly feelings. That's part of life too. But there's also another side to life. And I'm not sure that's necessarily a con. You know what I mean? Because there's a reason why it's there. And it's just the loneliness can be very, very detrimental sometimes, especially if you don't know how to be alone. And you know, it just happened. Because I've been in situations. I've been in a situation where, you know, I was alone all the time, even when I had people around me. You know what I mean? But because I felt alone, I isolated myself. And sometimes, well, at first I didn't want the isolation. All I wanted was love, you know? All I wanted was to be seen. This is heavy. You know, like, I cry right now, I'm not gonna lie. But it's tough, you know what I mean? Because there's pros and cons to everything, I feel. But being alone, being in isolation, sometimes you don't even ask for it and it happens. You're just put in that situation. It's not a choice, you know, and sometimes we don't choose. Well, I don't know if we choose everything in life. We do and we don't, you know. I feel like there's a plan. And we can choose right from wrong. That's what I feel like we can choose. And this is another reason why, honestly, I was avoiding this topic. Because it hits me so deep, you feel me? It hits me so deep in good and bad ways. So isolation. Sometimes when you are alone in your head, that can be scary. That can hurt. Because you're not, you know, there's so much, let's say there's so much trauma. There's so many things that have happened in your life where it's always on your mind, especially when you're alone, so you try to distract yourself. In that isolation, you try to avoid things, you try to fill a void with whatever it may be, and usually it's toxic what you do, you know what I mean? Usually you're feeling, because I feel like when you're trying to fill a void, whatever it may be is toxic, because you're not looking at the problem. It doesn't have to be toxic, you know, but I feel like the act of filling a void never helps because it's still there, you know. The problem is still there. No matter how you, no matter how many times you try to avoid the problem, no matter how many times you try to push it away, push it down, it's always gonna be there. And eventually, it's gonna explode, you know. And when it gets bad like that, you know, when you're in your head alone and those thoughts that you have are all negative, or maybe the majority of them are self-deprecating, you know, a lot of pity involved, and just hurt, pain, anger, you know what I mean, sadness, all of that in one, everything, a mixture, not just one thing, but everything. Scary. And when that happens, my loves, you get the fuck out of isolation. You get no isolation for you right now, okay? Cause listen to me. Okay, look. If you can, you know, if you trust someone, ask them for help. And I know, okay? Asking someone for help is hard sometimes. It is so hard, especially when you're so used to doing things by yourself, okay? And because I've been in this situation, and when you asked for help, you asked for help all the time. You expressed how you felt all the time. And no one wanted to acknowledge it. Or maybe they did, but they didn't want to really look at it, because if they did, you know, that would reflect how they look at themselves as well. You know what I mean? Because when we avoid something, we don't want to look at it. There's a reason why. And that can cause you to go into another state of isolation where, you know, you are, you're like, fuck it. You know what I mean? You're like, fuck everyone. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck how people feel, you know, fuck this. Like, I'm just gonna be doing my own thing and I'm gonna cut everyone off. Or I'm never gonna open up ever again. Or, I'm just gonna cut everyone off, you know? Like, that's just, and not ask for help ever again, because when I ask for help, you know, in every way possible, no one um, gave me help, you know what I mean? And it's important if you do have people, even if it's hard, but you need to want it. You need to want to change. You need to want it, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're the only person that's gonna make the change. Because I can sit here and I can talk about, you know, all these positive things and give you so many tips, but at the end of the day, if you do not, you know, do it, or you don't like take it in or like take anything into consideration to apply to your life, don't blame someone else for that, you know. And I'm telling you this because I love you, and I've been in a situation, I've been in, you know, um that's why I'm crying right now, because I felt that. I felt that pain, you know. I felt that pain for so long. And I felt that hurt. I felt that anger. That resentment towards people that never helped me. The resentment towards people I didn't even know, because I was afraid that they were going to hurt me. And that isolation. There was just so much to look at. Because when you're in isolation, you're reflecting. Even when you don't want to sometimes. And I saw everything for what it was. You know what I mean? This is me sharing my story. You know, I saw everything for what it was. Or maybe most things, you know, because there are subconscious things that I probably haven't even visited yet. And it drove me crazy. It drove me crazy, and it hurt me so bad. Because I was facing it. You feel me? I was looking at it straight in the eyes. And I was like, bring it on. I did that on purpose, though. I did that on purpose. And, you know, when you want to see the truth, and you say, I want to see the truth, oh my goodness. Everything comes. Everything comes. Sometimes it can come in increments. Sometimes it can come all together. You know what I mean? It's just like a floodgate and it fucking opens and shit. And you're like, wait, I just want a little bit. No, bitch, you get the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes that happens. And when I was in isolation, and that was happening, at first I was like, you know, fuck everyone else. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this. I can do this. And I was doing it. I was doing it. But then I started doubting myself. I started to, you know, want love, want help, but I didn't know how to ask anymore. And I didn't want to ask anymore because I was scared of that rejection again. I was scared if I opened my mouth, if I was vulnerable with someone, they would just turn right back around and stab me in the back. They would hurt me. And it went downhill from there, you know. because I wasn't asking anyone for help. And I wasn't in the right mindset to be alone with my thoughts yet. You know what I mean? I was I didn't really know how to handle everything properly because my emotional stability wasn't, stable. Real talk, because it was not stable. I was, depressed. I was anxious. I had anxiety, severe depression and anxiety, a number of other shit. I was suicidal in that. And I feel like the only reason, and I'm gonna be straight up, the only reason I made it through that was because I was talking to spirit every day. You feel me? I was meditating every day, even when I was in that pain, because I knew I had to clear my mind. I knew I had to build up my strength, even though I'm so strong, even though I was so strong when I was going through that. Still, I still am strong. Like, I am very, very strong, You are very, very strong. And I remember that it got really bad. It got really, really bad. Every day it was because I was facing everything. I would get flashbacks, and I would feel every emotion that I was feeling at that time, where the trauma that I felt, I would see it. I would see it over and over again in my head. Not only see it, but feel it every day. Every day. And I was helping people until the extent of me like depleting myself, completely depleting myself for other people, and that's not anyone else's fault but my own. I never blamed them anyways, you feel me? But it was because I wanted other people to be happy. I wanted to be happy too. But, I didn't want anyone else to feel the way I was feeling, so I would help until I couldn't, until I was drained. I would help everyone. I would always respond to everyone. But, like I said, it's a different type of isolation because I wasn't talking to people about myself. Ever. It was hard to open up. But it got to a point where, because I was suicidal, right? And it got to a point, where I was thinking about that every day. Like I said, I was thinking about that every day. I was feeling it every day. I was starting to lose myself. Maybe I was starting to find myself, but it felt like I was losing myself because it was all new to me. All new to me to actually look at everything and try to heal, because I was so used to other people around me sweeping everything under a rug, never really looking at it, never really talking about it. And if they talked about it, it was dismissed. You feel me? And so I remember that I try to I was thinking about, self-harming myself. Because I was tired of feeling the same shit every single day. I wanted to feel something other than that. You know what I mean? And so I thought, maybe I should, start cutting myself. I thought about, I was thinking about, maybe I should drink, you know, maybe I should start smoking, maybe I should start doing drugs. Not that there's anything, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But it was never my thing. And it still isn't my thing. And I was thinking about that. Because, it's so easy to numb something now rather than feel the effects. Feel everything. So easy to numb it. And I got to a point where I just wanted to be numb. But at the same time, I didn't. Because I knew I was feeling all these things for a reason. I knew that I had to feel these things. Even in that mindset, I knew I had to feel these things in order to heal. I just didn't know how to handle everything by myself. And I wanted, I was thinking about that. There was times where I would grab a knife from the kitchen. Real talk. I'm talking real shit right now. Grab a knife from the kitchen, think about hurting myself, grab it, wanting to do it, didn't do it, and there were several times where I would do that. Or going into the restroom with a pair of scissors and maybe like attempting to kill myself with them. You know what I mean? But I never followed through with it. It's crazy though, because that was never on my mind before. Even when I was going through all this. And I think it's because I didn't realize how bad it was. Because it was my normal. In that time, it was my normal. And when I realized it wasn't normal, that truth that truth can fuck with your head, you feel me? That truth can really fuck with your head. And I knew that even though I said I wanted to die every day, and I tried, I was trying to, I knew that I actually didn't. Like deep down inside, I knew. Because if I did, I would have done it. You know what I mean? I think what really drove me to that was that I tried to tell my family again that, I was thinking about it. And they dismissed it, they. And I don't have any hate. I forgive him, but it still hurts. It hurts, but I love them, and I forgive them. You know what I mean? But I'll never forget. So I decided to reach out. I feel like that's because I felt like I reached, rock bottom. And I was afraid of myself. I was afraid of being alone with my thoughts. I was afraid that I would hurt myself because I was, attempting. And I called my aunt. And let's keep in mind that no one ever really reached out, you know what I mean? No one. And I was like, I need to try something because because I was scared. And I called her, I hit her up, and I told her everything. I told her everything I was feeling. That helped a lot. Because there's a lot of things I was feeling, I told her everything I was feeling. And that weight kind of lifted a little bit. And, she offered her place to me. You feel me? I guess this video is turning into isolation, pros and cons, and also how I got out of suicide. How I got, how I recovered, how I got out of those thoughts. Because I was suicidal for like months. And now that I've been thinking about it, I think I've always been. There was a certain age, but I never really like looked at it. But I definitely have had those thoughts. I need to do more digging, you feel me? And I reached out to my aunt, so I reached out to my aunt and I asked her for help. That's a burp again. And so we had a plan that, because at the time I was 17. Right now I'm 18, but I'm gonna be like 19 March 5th, you feel me? But I was, 17 and I was gonna turn 18, so this is recent, I feel. And she said that, she offered her place to me. And she said that, and she would help me. um, and she would help me out of the environment I was in. And I'd be over there with her. But I had to hold on until it was, my birthday, because I'd be 18 and I could legally do, that, and my mom really wouldn't have any say, you know what I mean? Or like anyone, like that is my legal guardian. And I decided to make that move. And I was scared because I'm like, I'm moving away from my family. But I knew that I needed to focus on myself. I was gonna say selfish, but that's not selfish at all. You feel me? I need a different environment in order for me to grow, in order for me to heal, in order for me to get help. And because I did try to get help before this, from counselors, from teachers, you know what I mean, from the school counselors, from teachers, from my family. And when it didn't work, that's like I said, I fell into not wanting to get help from anyone. And okay, so she told me that, and I had hope. You feel me? I had hope, but those thoughts were still there. Even with the hope, those thoughts were still there, because it doesn't just vanish. You feel me? It doesn't just go away just like that. But I was still very happy about that, because I had something to look forward to when it felt like I didn't have anything to look forward to every day. I mean, I think it was like I saw the good and I saw the bad, but the emotions that I had and didn't know how to deal with overrided the good in my head. So that was good, you know. That was good. Um, and so you know, I hold on. I hold on. I'm excited to get out. I'm excited because I want help. I want help now. This is, you know, like, oh, I wanted help. You know, like, I need help. I realized I needed help. That realization, and then, you know, my aunt accepting me and offering, that helped so much. Because I felt hurt. That's that's all I ever wanted, was to be heard and was to be seen. And you know, there's I pack all my stuff. She comes, my birthday comes around. I think she comes a couple days after my birthday. Uh, maybe 2 days later. Or 1 day later. I'm not really sure. But I know she comes, right? I'm so happy to leave. I'm so happy to, because it's a new change, a new beginning, you feel me? It felt like a fresh start. You know, I was gonna go to college and over there, and I was going to college over there, you feel me? But I was still in high school at the time, right? I was a senior, and I I moved in. I got settled. I told her everything, like I said, but I told her more. I told her my whole life story, or almost everything about my life, because there's some things that I don't think I'll ever share. Maybe I will one day, you know what I mean? But I told her, you know, because there's so many things that I've been through, and that led up to that point, you know what I mean? That point of feeling like I don't want to live anymore. And I laugh because that's my trauma response, you know what I mean? And also because I'm not in that state of mind anymore, and I'm very proud of myself. So I ask, you know, I tell her everything. This required me, listen, to take a leap. Even though I was damaged and hurt and healing and bruised and scarred, and there were still open wounds, I decided to open that shit even more in order to close it back up and for it to heal properly again. You feel me? In order for it to be sewed, stitched up, turn into a little scar, you know what I mean? But it's there because trauma, it'll always be there, you know. But there's ways of dealing with it where it doesn't feel like it's there anymore, but you'll never forget it. And I believe that that's beautiful too, because you'll never forget that experience that that helped you bring out the true you. And so you gotta be open. You gotta want it. I think also when you feel like you hit rock bottom, the only way is up. You feel me? When you hit rock bottom, the only way is up. Okay, you can't go any lower than that. You feel me? And to me, wanting to unlive is rock bottom. I feel like I don't have to explain that, you know, like. And it's just when you are put in the right environment and you are nourished, you know what I mean, like a plant, when you are watered, you know what I mean, talked to nicely, and you grow. You grow quickly, okay? But you grow because you want to grow. You grow because you're open to growth. And you know, I'm spilling my guts out to her. I'm telling her everything. Uh, and I asked her, you know, I want I want a therapist. I want a therapist. And the reason why I asked her for a therapist, one, uh, I wanted to see their point of view. You feel me? I wanted to be open to hearing what they had to say about me. I was open to constructive criticism because I knew that I needed to be open to heal, to be okay, you know? And also I just needed someone to talk to. Like you know what I mean? Like I I didn't talk to anyone about my problems. And that was the therapist, you feel me? Because I didn't know the therapist. But I knew the therapist was a, you know, professional, I guess, you know what I mean? And so, you know, I don't know them. Professional stranger. Why not? You feel me? Why not? Like, so I just like, I told her everything. I told my therapist everything. The funny thing is though, that even when I was suicidal, I was doing everything that I that she was recommending. I was doing everything she was recommending, and that's why, you know, I have a lot of talents because I picked up things in order to cope with what I was feeling, and it was working, let me tell you, because I'm talking about changing environment and then me flourishing, right? But you can, in that environment, still flourish. It just takes a little longer. Because I'm realizing, like, you know, it just takes a little longer. But if I stuck to everything I was doing, you know, like coping, how I was coping, because I was coping properly, you know what I mean? Like, I was, because I wanted to face myself, change myself, um, even though I didn't know how to exactly do that, I was doing it. You feel me? I was doing it. I was journaling because I didn't have anyone to talk to. I was writing music. I was putting out music. Yeah. I made what did I do? Yeah, I was putting out music, you know what I mean? Like I was learning new songs. I was drawing. I was what was I doing? What else was I doing? I was skating, you feel me? I was doing other stuff. I was making jewelry. I was cutting pieces of fabric from like my pants, and I was sewing shit on my pants, and I was painting my pants, and I was painting all this shit, you know what I mean? I was using my creative abilities. And that shit works. That's power, you feel me? That's power, but when you don't know how to deal, like I said, when you don't know how to deal with all those emotions, you doubt yourself. And I was doing good. You know, I was doing good. Even though it felt like I was doing bad, I was actually doing good. Um, I was actually doing good. I just needed a little more time. But I was feeling everything. You know, I was feeling everything all at once. That's why I needed help. And in an environment where you can't move, I recommend I recommend that, you know, you find a space, whether that be outside, whether that be in a closet, whether that somewhere, you know, somewhere that you can be by yourself, and find something that you love to do. You know, do something that you really love to do. You feel me? Um, and Also, there are lines. I know, like, when I was suicidal, I didn't want to call these lines, you feel me? Because I was like, this is bullshit. But if you're open, and if it feels like you can't take it anymore because the environment you're in and you're doing, the things that I recommend are just things that make you happy and put you in that positive vibration, even when you are in a low vibration, you know what I mean? Because there's things that make us happy that we can do that are healthy for us. And I'm sure everyone has that thing, even if it's one thing, you know what I mean? That they can do that makes them happy, that puts them in a high vibration, even if they might not be feeling that all the time. But there are things that we can do like that. So, we could do that and shit. And you could try to call and talk to an operator because they're actually really nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I still have the suicide hotline and my phone on speed dial, whatever. So you could, I'll put some links. Not links. I'll put the number down there just in case. You know what I mean? In the description. Cause I feel like you really do need help. Like, even if it's just to talk to someone. And a plan. You feel me? And a plan. Like, but you gotta want it. You gotta want it. You gotta want it, because if you don't want it, if you don't want the change, it's not gonna happen. But those people on the line, the hotline, are really nice. Really, really nice people. You can journal, like, get those thoughts out. Get whatever it is you're feeling out. Do not keep it inside. That is how it festers. Okay, that is how it festers and bubbles up until you explode, and then you reach that rock bottom. And like, let's not. This is me trying to help in any way possible. You know what I mean? Because I was in that situation, and it might not happen right away. Here's another thing. It's gonna take time. You gotta hold on. Please. Please hold on, because, it's gonna take time to heal everything. And I feel like once you're in a different environment where you have time to be yourself, or just because you could be in chaotic environments where you can't really find any alone time, but really, if you just step outside for a little bit, you know what I mean, you can go outside for a little bit, I'm sure. If not, like I said, find a closet, find something, even a fucking corner, you know what I mean? Like, put music on, you feel me? Journal, feel everything, journal it out, babe. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Okay, just let it out, please. Please, and in a good way, because you can transmute that energy, you know what I mean? Alchemy. That might be bad energy, but you can create something with that energy. You know what I mean? You can, like, if you're a writer, you can write a book. You can write a book. That's your coping mechanism. You can write a song. That's your coping mechanism. You can write, you can draw. You can start a website. You can, whatever. You can do anything with that energy. And don't forget that, please. It doesn't have to be bad vibes, bad energy. So where was I with that story? It's gonna be a long video, but it is what it is. So I she gave me tips. She gave me tips. My therapist. We're going back to my therapist. So I wanted to be open. I wanted help. I wanted I can go into like more depth about everything, because there's a lot. Like, I am skipping over some stuff, but no, I eventually what is it? Okay, so I talked to her, and she helps me set some goals, even though, I was already setting goals. But with her, it was like I would check in, you know what I mean? I would check in. I would wake up early and talk to her. I wanted to talk to her. I could have easily not went to any meetings, you know what I mean? Like, I could have easily done that, but I wanted to change. That's another thing. You need to want it, okay? That's another reminder. You need to want it, because that's the only way you're gonna get out of this situation. Okay, only way. And I would go to the meetings like every it varied. It wasn't every day, but it was definitely in the week. You know what I mean? Um, and we would pick up where we left off, see my progress, talk about how I'm feeling now. That helped. You know what I mean? That fucking helped. That helped me keep myself on track too, now that I'm thinking about it, because I had another person with me when I needed the help, you feel me? And even if you are, strong and emotionally stable, you do need help sometimes. And that's okay. That's okay to ask for help. That's okay to be vulnerable. Um, because I was vulnerable to the right people, it feels. And look what happened. Not everyone is an asshole. Straight up, not everyone is an asshole. Not everyone is, projecting their feelings onto you. Not everyone is like that. So, or not everyone is going to do that. Or, you know what I mean? Like, so it was like, it felt nice because I felt safe. And I was expanding. So, I would, talk to her about my goals, and we try to find the root of the problem. But, it's funny because I'm a very intelligent person. Very intelligent person. And I knew everything that was wrong with me that we were talking about. Like, I don't know everything, you know what I mean? But I knew. Like, I did know. It was just me second guessing myself. I knew how to deal with it too. But it was just me second guessing myself. It was that self sabotage. And I was surprised her because I knew how to cope with it. I was just doubting myself and my capabilities. And with her there, she was my support. Because, again, support is important to have. Um, she was my support. And I was my support. And my aunt was my support. And my other family members on that side were my support. And I felt like, I felt strong as fuck. Even stronger. You feel me? And I had supporters. And it's like we would talk about it. We would talk about my problems, and then I would tell her what I thought it was, and she would agree with me. And she would tell me, like, have you ever thought about becoming a therapist? Or like, I think you would be like great at that, or a public speaker and stuff like that. Because I had like, journal thoughts, and I would read them to her. As another thing, I never show anyone my journal. No, but I showed my therapist my journal because I knew she was there to help me. You know what I mean? I knew she was there to help me. Um, but I think I should make another, like, a part 2 of this, because there is something I want to talk about where it wasn't just I went into a different environment and I woohoo like it wasn't only that, you know, I was still feeling the same things. So we're gonna do a part two. But um yeah, I was talking to her, you know, let's fast forward, and I remember, you know, she told me that I didn't need her. You know, like something along the lines of that, where I was fully capable of, you know, doing all these things by myself because I was already doing them. You know what I mean? But I was acknowledged now. I was accepted now. I was heard now. I was um loved. I think before I was loved too, but just a different way. And I felt that love, you know. I felt loved, and that made me so happy inside. And I believe that's why I expanded so quickly. Um, that's why it's so important to spread love. That's why it's so important, because you never know who you can help, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm always extra nice because, like, that could make someone's day, you know what I mean? That could, like, you never know what someone else is going through. And you doing that could have, like, gave them a little hope or something, you know what I mean? And that just makes me smile and it makes me feel good. Um, it was, and I think also that when she told me that, that was also like, wow, I can do this. I'm okay, you know, like I'm okay. I can do this. And you know, at that point I was like openly talking about my feelings. Openly talking about my feelings. Um to my I was only talking to my family on that side about my feelings. I was setting boundaries. Oh my god. I was setting boundaries. Oh, helps. You know what I mean? I was being straight up. I've always been very straight up though. But I was being even more like, I wasn't feeling sorry for setting boundaries because I knew that I needed to protect my space. I needed to protect my energy. You feel me? Because I was, you know, expanding as an individual. I fucking got through that shit. You know what I mean? And I was like, I can do fucking anything. That was like when I got over it. You know what I mean? When it was, I I also asked for strength. You know what I mean? That's another reason why I have to tell you, because there is some. This was like, I don't know. I feel there's definitely some type of magic involved and miracles, and you know what I mean? Because to fully eliminate these thoughts in the amount of time I did that, that just shows how powerful you can be. And also, oh, there's something else. There's something else. And I was talking to something else every day. But I know it wasn't bad though, because I could feel the energy. But there's also bad energy around me too, because I was fucking feeling that shit, you know what I mean? Um, it was good and bad, but it was good because they were helping me out, you feel me? Um, so I graduated. I graduated my therapy. And I was just, you know, being open. Like I said, being open with my family on that side. That's and if I felt like I couldn't say anything, I built up a confidence in me because I was like, like I can do this. If I can do this, I can do anything. You feel me? And I think that's why I'm like this. That's it. No, that is why I'm like this. Like, I'm so confident now, and it wasn't immediate. You feel me? I've been through so much shit that led up to me being this way, and I still got a lot of work to do. You feel me? But I'm doing it, and you can do it too. And That's why I'm here. I'm here to, I'm here to be a better me and serve. That's what I really feel like I'm here for. Uh, to shed light on things, you know, cause I've been through that shit, like I've been through shit, a lot of shit, and it's like, but once I graduated, schedule, very important. Stay on schedule. You know what I mean? This is amazing, this is good, but we gotta actually put in the work now, you feel me? We gotta, well, we already put in the work, period. But now we gotta, we need to keep it consistent. We need to be on schedule. We need to write down our goals. We need to fulfill ourselves in every way possible that we can. So I was working out every day. For me, every day, 2 times a day, working out, stretching, meditating, breath work in the morning, reading in the morning, journaling in the morning. You feel me? It was just bliss. It was nice. I was eating right. I was also fasting. We can talk about that too. Another video. Felt more productive every single day. I was drinking more water. There was times where I wasn't drinking any water. We can talk about that too. I was feeling great. Like I was really fucking doing it. I was, school. I thought I wasn't gonna graduate high school because I was so sad that I didn't want to do shit. You know what I mean? Also, I was so busy focusing on how to not die. You know what I mean? That I wasn't focused on that shit most of the time because I knew I had to focus on myself. So I was like, well, if there's no me, then I can't do school. You know what I mean? So I gotta fucking, talk to myself. I need to be in that isolation to help myself, and I also need to reach out for help. You know what I mean? If I do need it. Um, Even if it's scary, you gotta take that leap. Cause I was definitely scared, especially when you get rejected so many times, over and over and over and over again. It's like, damn, but you have to keep going, cause eventually, eventually you'll be all like, like I know we're all different, but there is a peak. You know what I mean? And now that I have, experienced that beautiful, yet aching feelings that I experienced, I am stronger. You know what I mean? I am stronger and I am more confident. I am happier. Like of course I get sad sometimes. Of course I feel, depression. Of course I feel anxiety. But now that like I stayed on that schedule and reading and like journaling and meditating and talking to spirit and thanking spirit every single day, I have reached a place where I can deal with a lot of shit by myself, but that doesn't mean I can deal with everything by myself. You know what I mean? There's times where I do need help, and it is hard still too to ask for help. You know what I mean? Sometimes my ego gets in the way, but I eventually, if I can't take it anymore, I decide to ask or to let something out to someone, because I do have people that I can say things to, and they'll appreciate my words and try to help me in any way possible. Or I'll just write a song about it, and that helps me. Like I genuinely for me personally, I don't really need to tell anyone how I'm feeling now, because I can do it in a song, and when I put it out, it's like I am now telling everyone how I'm feeling. So in a way, I am telling people how I feel, you know what I mean? Just not directly, but it's still good to directly tell someone, Like it's still good to have like a solid group of people around you. Um Oh, that was a good one. No, that was not. I could do better. I could do one that like sounds like a dragon. Like, but you're welcome. So yeah, there's just so much to talk about, and I know this video is gonna be long, but I hope it helps you in some way. You feel me? I'm like here. This is why I'm here. You know, I'm gonna be pushing out videos about truly helping people or just supporting each other and being better versions of ourselves, because I know a lot of suicide and depression and anxiety, a lot of low vibrational things are happening, and not to mention being fed to us to divide ourselves. There's a reason why, but because they don't want us to be conscious. They don't want it. They don't want it. So, once you're consciously aware of a lot more things, you can't unsee anything anymore. It's like, once you know the truth, you know the truth. And then everything just starts to get revealed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just up from there. Like, once you decide to take that leap, be open. You feel me? I know it's hard. I know it's so hard. I feel you, you know what I mean? I may not be in the same situation as you are in, but I've definitely felt that shit, okay? Where it was pain every day, it was every day. And I feel like you can tell by the way I talk about it. I was crying, like, fuck, obviously I felt that pain, you know what I mean? And I'm sure if you're going through something similar, if you've been through something similar like me, you're feeling that pain, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry for that. I really am. And I love you. I love you so much, and I hope this helps in any way possible. But yeah, I'll put in the description the suicide hotline. I can do another video about like suicide and things that other things about it, because I'm sure like I could talk about more stuff about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was doing things in light for myself, and now here we are. You feel me? This is my current situation, and let me be an example, a living example of of how strong you can be and what you can get through. You know what I mean? What you can get through. And I didn't I'll talk more about it because I didn't take any medication to subside my thoughts. I didn't. Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about, that we don't need to take. This might be, I would just say we more than likely don't need medication at all to overcome a lot of feelings. It's just that if you're feeling a lot, you're gonna feel it. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times, people don't want to feel it. I understand. But I think that because I felt it, I let myself feel it. That made me stronger. Or that brought out more of myself. It made me see a lot of things for what it was and what it wasn't. And I didn't even drink my tea, damn. It's just, it gets better. It really does. I know in the moment it's like, fuck, and I'm tired of hearing that shit from other people. But it does, okay? It gets better if you're willing, if you're trying every single day for it to get better. That's when it gets better. You know what I mean? And I'm not like, professional speaker, darling. I'm not a professional here. So this is just my This is just, my story. And I don't know if you could take something from it. That would be so cool, But this is me being vulnerable. Because this is a tough subject, you feel me? That's why I was crying, because it's a lot. And, but I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you too. And we're gonna make it through it together, okay? I wanna be putting out more videos, and just really trying to create peace, create unity in this world. Um, yeah. So we got this, you feel me? We got this. We're powerful. Um, yeah, another thing with isolation, you can well, I feel like, everything has to do with everything that I said, but it's consciousness, consciousness. Stay conscious, please, because there are things that are being, like I said, I feel like I say this all the time, but it's being fed to us, like literally, okay? Like in everything, subliminally, you know what I mean? Like it's just you are power, okay? You are power. You are strong. Don't feed into the bullshit, okay? Because, oh my goodness. I'm gonna stop. Okay, so I love you so much. I love you, love you, love you. And, this is, pros and cons of isolation. Also, me talking about how I got out of suicide. Or, just being suicidal in general. Because I do feel like, that topic, isolation, leads to that too. Can lead to that. Um, but isolation also, leads to beautiful things. It creates, you can, you could have a chance to be bored. You know what I mean? And in that boredom, creativity happens. That's another thing with creativity, you know what I mean? New thoughts, new ideas, new things. That's why I said recreation, reflection, everything just coming together, and it's there. Like, cause you're with yourself, you're with your mind, you're with your thoughts. You know what I mean? And I think it's very important to feel. Very important to feel, because that's the only way you're gonna heal. That's the only way I healed. And I'm still healing. I still am. But we're doing this together. You feel me? We're doing this together. And we are light. We are love. You know what I mean? Let's do another. I know it got kind of dark, but that's just how life is sometimes. You know what I mean? It's not like that all the time, but it definitely can be like that. And I'm just bringing realness, like for real. Be real. So we're gonna do, little positive words before we go, cause I'm here for you. You know what I mean? I'm here for you. You can use my, comment section as a venting. Like, if you feel, cause I know I'm a small channel, so not a lot of people watch my videos. You know what I mean? So maybe I could be like somewhere you come to. And even if there was a lot more people watching my videos, I would be, I would respond and try my best to help you out and talk to you, you know what I mean? Because I hear you. If no one hears you, I hear you. If no one accepts you, I accept you. You know what I mean? I love you. If no one loves you, guess what? I love you. So I believe in you, and I will never give up on hope. Hope. I will never give up hope on you. On you? Does that make sense? You know what I'm trying to say. But peace, love, light, good energy, goodbye. I love you guys so much, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you have a good night, a nice night, good day, whatever it is, afternoon, I don't know. I just hope you have a good whatever. I love you with all my heart, and I care so much about you. I do. I care so much about you. I see you. I hear you. I love you for you, okay? So yeah. Yeah, I hope you have a good day. Keep your head up, please. It gets better, it really does. Okay, I'm a living example. You know what I mean? I'm a living example. And I know there's people that have probably look at that 11/11. I know there's people that probably have gotten worse. Or I'm sure worse. You know, but that doesn't belittle anything. You know what I mean? Even if you haven't gone through exactly what I'm going through, that doesn't belittle your experience in any way, at all, okay? Still matters. You matter. Okay, I love you. I'm gonna put, the little hotline. I know at first you're like, what the fuck is this? Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're open. I don't know. But, it helps. It could possibly help. You know what I mean? Could just try it, okay? If you need it, you know what I mean. But yeah, I love you. Bye. Good vibes. Good energy. Love you.